I'm Jamie Pulsifer, and we were assigned to watch two TED Talks online, and the first one was by Hans Rosling, which was titled Magic Washing Machine. And he talked about the very first washing machine that his family got when he was 4 years old. And the first time they used it, they invited their grandma over and they watched it and they thought it was a miracle. And he talked a lot about how a lot of people around the world don't have washing machines. And he kind of split the world up into 7 billion people and kind of made lines for the different, like, poverty line, wash line, airline, like that. And so 5 billion of the people in the world don't have washing machines, and they still do their laundry with heating up water and doing it by hand with hours and hours of work a week, which is really unfortunate because it's you get a relatively low productivity with that. And it was cool how he ended, because his whole point was that when they were able to put their clothes in the washing machine, they were able to do other things to grow their knowledge. Like, his mom would read him books while the washing machine was going and doing its own job. So he was just thinking industrialization and something like that. And the second video we watched was by Cheryl Dunn, which was called Our Century's Greatest Injustice. And she talked a lot about empowering women, which is one of the Millennium Development Goals. And I thought it was interesting that she said in the 19th century the central moral challenge was slavery, and then in the 20th century it was totalitarianism, and then in this century it's the oppression of women and girls throughout the world. I thought that was interesting because I never would have thought that would be the central moral challenge for our day. And she talks a bit about poverty and how poverty happens, like the causes of it, like overpopulation and not spending money the right way, even though you're poor. And she gives a couple of examples of girls in different countries, and one of them that I thought was really inspiring was a girl from Uganda. Her name is Beatrice, and her parents didn't want to spend money on her to go to school because they didn't have very much money. And so 2 goats were sent to Uganda, and Beatrice's family was one of the families that got one of them. They paid like a little over $100 for it. And so they sold the milk and they were able to have a little bit of extra money. And so Beatrice's parents decided to put her in school since they had a little bit of extra money. And so she went to school at 9 years old, and she was put in first grade with like the other 6-year-olds, and she did awesome. She rocketed to the top of her class, and she was able to get through elementary school, middle school, high school, and she ended up being the first person in her village to get a scholarship to go to school in the United States. And she on her graduation, she said that she is the luckiest girl alive because of a goat, which I thought was kind of cool because it's really true. If they would have never gotten that goat, she would have never been able to go to school and do the amazing things that she did. And that's just really inspiring to me. And so basically what she talked about was that we need to do everything we can to help the people that are in need in like other countries and stuff. And she says to the audience, what's in it for you? Like, why should you care, and why should you do that? and she says, once you have your material needs taken care of, then there's only a few things that can elevate your level of happiness, and one of them is contributing to a cause that's larger than yourself. So once you're happy with where you're at and you have everything you need, then you need to go out there and make a difference and help people that aren't as fortunate as you. So yeah, that was my thoughts.